Today, we're tackling a problem that's, well, it's probably a little too familiar for a lot of us golfers, that nagging back pain. So we're going to break down exactly how you can build a powerful swing that doesn't leave you hurting. Golf is supposed to be that perfect escape, right? But what happens when every single swing comes with that little wince? Ugh, that sharp twinge in your back? It can turn a beautiful day on the course into a really frustrating ordeal. If that sounds even a little bit familiar, well, you're in exactly the right place. So, here's our game plan. First, we'll pinpoint the real cause of that back pain. Then, we'll dive into the solution. It's called whole body rotation. From there, we'll master a really cool technique called the Peppero swing, build up our stance and rhythm, and wrap it all up with some must-know tips to keep you on the course for years to come. All right, let's jump right into section 1. Look, before we can fix anything, we've got to understand what we're up against. So let's get right to the root of that discomfort. And here it is, the number one culprit. It's not the swing itself, it's how you're trying to generate power. When you try to create all that force by twisting only your lower back, man, you're just putting an incredible amount of strain on your discs and muscles. That single isolated movement, that's the real problem. So what's the fix? Well, it's a concept called whole body rotation, and honestly, it's a total shift in how you think about the swing. Instead of just cranking your waist, imagine your shoulders, your pelvis, and your knees all moving together like one solid piece. Let's dig into why this is so effective. Okay, section 2 is all about the solution. We know what a whole body rotation is. Now let's talk about why it's the absolute key to a healthier and, frankly, a better golf swing. And you know what? The benefits here are pretty much immediate. When you turn your body like one solid unit, you take all that dangerous, focused pressure right off your lower back. And it's not just about preventing injuries either. It actually makes your swing way more fluid, way smoother. You're finally working with your body instead of fighting against it. Now, I've got a number for you, and it might just surprise you, but trust me, it's also incredibly freeing. That number, 80%. That's it. That's all the backswing you actually need. Look, we've all seen the pros on TV, right? They get that club perfectly parallel to the ground, and we all try to copy it. But here's the thing. For most of us, especially as our flexibility changes, forcing that position is just a recipe for injury. A nice, controlled 80% backswing gives you all the power and distance you need, especially when you're using your whole body the right way. Okay, section 3. This is maybe the most memorable part of this whole thing. We're going to master what's called the Peppero swing. And this is all about how you finish your swing, making it safer and a whole lot more effective. So how do you actually get that controlled backswing safely? Think of it like this. Your backswing should be about 40% body rotation, and 60% is simply lifting your arms. It's a huge mental shift, right? But that's what stops you from trying to over-twist your spine. And this just lays it all out, the before and the after. On the left, you've got the vitamin swing. You've got to avoid this one. See how the spine is bent into that C shape at the finish? That is just killer on your lower back, and it's a big reason for slices. Now look to the right. That's our goal, the Peppero swing. Yeah, named after that straight Korean snack stick. You finish upright, nice and tall. That protects your back, and what do you know? It makes your shots way more consistent. Okay, let's put this all together. Step 1, the backswing. Remember, a gentle 40% body turn with a 60% arm lift. Easy. Step 2, the downswing. You're thinking smooth, controlled tempo. We're not trying to kill the ball here. And step 3, the finish. End up standing tall and straight, just like a Peppero stick. That right there, that's your new muscle memory. All right, moving on to section 4. Any great swing has to be built on a solid foundation. So let's talk about the 2 pillars that hold everything up, a stable stance and a smooth rhythm. Your setup really is everything. For that solid base, get your feet just a little wider than your shoulders. Feel your weight centered on the balls of your feet and get a nice slight athletic bend in your knees. The big key here is to keep your back straight but not stiff and rigid. The goal is to feel stable but relaxed. That's the sweet spot. This right here, this is the big mindset shift. Trying to swing out of your shoes to get more club speed, that's a young person's game, and it usually just leads to getting hurt. Your new goal is a beautiful, smooth rhythm that creates a solid, stable impact. Believe me, consistency and control will beat wild, uncontrolled power every single time. And here we are, our final section, number 5. This is all about making sure you can enjoy this game for years, even decades to come. It's all about being smart with prevention and just taking care of your body. I want you to start thinking about every round of golf in 3 parts. First, before you even hit a single ball, you got to spend 10, 15 minutes warming up. Then, during the round, really focus on your Peppero technique. And please, listen to what your body is telling you. And finally, when you're done, don't just throw the clubs in the trunk and go. Take a few minutes for a gentle cool down. So, what should you be stretching? Okay, make these two a permanent part of your routine. The cat-cow stretch is just fantastic for getting your spine moving and flexible. And then doing some simple pelvic rotation exercises gets your core fired up and ready for that swinging motion. And hey, don't fight your equipment. If your clubs are too heavy or the shafts are too stiff, you're just making life harder on your body. Maybe look into an ultralight carbon shaft, something in that 40 to 50 gram range. And think about a more flexible shaft, an R or an A flex. It can make a world of difference, making the swing feel almost effortless. Okay, listen up because this might be the most important thing I say today. There is a huge difference between being a little sore and feeling a sharp shooting pain. If you feel that, that is not something to play through. That's your body's alarm bell going off. Stop what you're doing, write them in there, and go see a professional. So, the next time you finish a swing, maybe on the 18th hole, just stop for a second and ask yourself this one question. Was my swing a Peppero today? Did I finish tall, straight, and pain-free? Because at the end of the day, that is the ultimate sign of a successful round. Go make every swing a Peppero swing.